Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we will again discuss the compensation theorem. In this lecture, we will solve one numerical based on compensation theorem so that we can understand all the basic concept of the compensation theorem. Okay. So the example they have given here is that find the change in current through 10 ohm resistor if the impedance 3 plus J4 is changed to 4 plus J4 ohm. Use compensation theorem. Okay. So you can see that here they have asked us to find out the current through this, that is the 10 ohm resistance. So our aim is to find out this current. Okay, you can see that they have asked us find out the change in the current in the 10 ohm resistance. Okay, but what they have given is that the impedance 3 plus J4. Okay, so this will complete is called as impedance. Okay, 3 plus J4 is now changed to 4 plus J4. Okay, so what we have done here, we have changing the element in the last branch and we have calculating the current in the other branch. In last lecture, what we have find out that the element change and we have find out the current through that same element. Okay, but in compensation theorem, you can find out the current through any branch. Fine. So to solve this, we have to remember certain steps. I have told you in last lecture. So what is the first step? The first step is that we have to find out this current I. Okay, and I have given that name of that current is pre-modified current. So first step is determine determine the pre-modified current I. Determine the pre-modified current I, and I have told you that I always use the mesh analysis. Okay, so according to mesh analysis, you can see that there are two mesh. This is the first mesh, this is the second mesh. Now consider the current. Here the current is I1 and here the current is I2. Now you can see that I1 is same as I, so our aim is to find out only I1. Okay, so let I1 and I2 be the mesh current. So this thing we have assumed. Okay. Now after that we simply write the mesh matrices here. Okay. And by writing the mesh matrices, we can easily solve this. Okay. As the size of matrices is 2 by 2 because there are only two mesh. Okay. So here current is I1 and I2 as there are only two mesh, and this is equal to voltage matrix. Fine. So size of matrices is 2 by 2. Okay, so I will write this will be mesh 1, this is mesh 2, this is mesh 1 and mesh 2. Now write the elements. So this is the sum of the element present in first mesh. So there is 10 and J5, so it is 10 plus J5. This is the Z12, the element present between first and second mesh. So there is one this inductor whose value is J5. As it is a non-diagonal, it is minus. So minus J5, here minus J5. And the last one is the sum of the element present here in the mesh 2. So it is 3, J4 and J5. So it is 3 plus J4 and J5. And what is the voltage matrix? In the first mesh, there is a voltage whose value is 50 and there is no voltage source in the second one. Okay, so that value is 0. Fine. So this is the mesh matrices. Now we will arrange that mesh matrices. Okay, I will write here. So this is 10 plus J5, this is minus J5, this is minus J5 and this will become 3 plus J5 plus J9, this will become J9. Okay, rest of the things are as it is. This there is a two current I1 and I2. Okay, this is a voltage matrix, this is 50 and 0. Fine. Now What is our aim? Our aim is to find out this current I pre-modified, and if you observe the network, your I is same as I1, both the direction are same. So by using Cramer's rule, I will find out the values of I1. Okay, so by Cramer's rule, what is the value of I1? So I1 is simply equal to delta 1 upon delta. We have studied so many times this one. Okay, so replace the first column of this matrix is Z matrix with the voltage matrix. So it is 50, this will be 0, this will be minus J5, this will be 3 plus J9. Okay, and delta matrix is your impedance matrix. So impedance matrix is 10 plus J5 minus J5 minus J5, 3 plus J9. Fine. Now just solve this determinant and you will get your final answer. So I will write I1 50 multiplied by 3 plus J9 minus 0 minus J5 divided by 10 plus J5, 3 plus J9 minus of minus J5 minus J5. Okay. So if you solve this, this will become 150 plus J, okay, 450. This will be 0 divided by. Now we have to solve this denominator, minus 15 plus J 105. This is the only first one, minus, okay, minus 25. Okay. Now if you solve this, you will get the last answer, 150 plus 450I, okay, minus 15 plus 105I plus 25. Okay, so this answer is come out to be 4.38 minus J 1.012. Okay, so that answer is come out to be like this, and we can convert this answer in a polar form. Okay, so when you convert that answer into polar form, we will get your answer as 4.5 at an angle minus 13 degree ampere. Fine. So this is the first answer. Okay, by using simple mesh analysis, I have calculated the pre-modified current, that is the current flowing through 10 ohm resistance, because our aim is to find out the change in that current when the 3 plus J4 is changed. Okay, so this we have done so many times. Fine. Now second step. What is the second step? Second step in compensation theorem is that you have to find out that compensating voltage source. Okay, so second step is determine compensating voltage source VC. And what is the formula of VC? VC is simply equal to I into delta ZL, where delta ZL is the change in the load impedance. Okay, so we first calculate delta ZL. I have given you the formula of delta ZL. The formula is modified ZL, okay, minus pre-modified ZL. Okay, that is the final value minus initial value. So by using this formula, we can find out the change in any quantity. Fine. So now our aim is to find out the change in the delta ZL. So first modified ZL. Okay. So what is the modified ZL here? This one, because 3 plus J4 is changed to 4 plus J4. So this is your modified ZL and this is your pre-modified. So 4 plus J4. Okay. 4 plus J4 minus 3 plus J4. Okay. Now find out that value delta ZL. So open that bracket. 4 plus J4. This is minus 3 minus J4. Okay. So value of delta ZL. So this plus this will cancel. So your answer is simply 1 ohm. Okay. So change is 1 ohm. Fine. Now you have to find out the VC. Okay. So VC is simply equal to I into delta ZL. I we have calculated. What is the value of I? 4.5. Okay. That one 4.5, angle is minus 13 degree multiplied by the delta ZL is 1. Okay. So you will get the values of VC. VC is come out to be 4.5 at an angle minus 13 degree volt. Right. So in that way we have to calculate the values of the second part, okay, which is called as the compensating voltage, right? So first two steps are very easy, where we have calculated I and VC. Now we will use the third step. What we will do in third step? In third step we will draw the compensating network. Okay. So the third step is that draw compensating network. So how to draw the compensating network is simply says that deactivate all the sources. So this 50 volt source is replaced by short circuit. I now will change to delta and this 3 plus J4 is changed to 4 plus J4. Okay. So for that I will draw the circuit. Okay. So I will draw the circuit for that like this. So this will be your 10 ohm resistance, that will be as it is. So now here we have a voltage source, that voltage source is now replaced by short circuit. Fine. Here I have one inductor whose value is J5. Right. Now then there is that impedance. Okay. So I will combine that, and here we have to insert in series with one voltage source, and that voltage source is called as VC. Fine. So VC value we have calculated 4.5 at an angle of minus 13 degree volt. Fine. So now after that, that will become 3 plus J4. So now it will be 4 plus J4. Okay. Here we have I. So that I now will become delta. Okay. What is the polarity here? Plus minus. I have told you the polarity is such that it will oppose the delta. Okay. So now this will be your compensator network. And what is our aim? Our aim is to find out this value of delta. Okay. So for that I will use the same method, mesh analysis. Okay. So as I have two loop, so this is my first loop, this is the second loop. Okay. So this will be current I1 here and this will be current I2 here. Okay. So from network you can see that I2 and delta I both are same, but the sign is different because this is flowing in clockwise direction, this is in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. So now repeat the step number one, that is the simple mesh analysis. Okay. And find out the change in the current delta. So I will write let I1 and I2 be the mesh current, as there are two mesh only. Okay. Now after that you simply write down the matrices here. So size of matrices is here 2 by 2 because we have this is here 2 by 2. So this is the first mesh, second mesh, first this one, this is the second. Here current is I1, I2, and here we have the voltage source. So what is the voltage in the first is this one, VC. Okay. So it is 4.5 at an angle minus 13. So that will be same. In the second, there is no voltage, so this is 0. Okay. Now add this. So Z11. So 4 plus J4. Okay. And there is one another. So J5. What is the common to first and second mesh? J5. So it is minus J5. This is minus J5. And this element will be Z22 10 plus J5. 10 plus J5. Fine. So after that, simply rearrange that. So when you rearrange, it will become 9. Sorry, not 9. It will become 4 plus J9 minus J5 minus J5 10 plus J5. Okay. So this will be a Z matrix. This is current matrix I1 and I2, and the voltage matrix will be again same 4.5 at an angle minus 13 degree 0. Fine. Now what is our aim? Our aim is to calculate I2 because I2 has a relation with delta I, and our aim is to find out this value delta I. Fine. So use the same method of mesh analysis. So by Cramer's rule, what is your I2? Your I2 is equal to delta 2 by delta. Okay. Now write the delta 2. So just replace the second column by voltage matrices. So it is 4 plus J9 minus J5. So this is 4 point voltage matrices. So it is 4.5 angle minus 30. This will be 0. Right. This should be divided by Z matrices. So Z matrices is this one. 4 plus J9 minus J5 minus J5. This will become 10 plus J5. Fine. Now solve this. When you solve this, you will get I2 is equal to, so this is 0, 4 plus J9. Just cross multiply first, then minus of minus J5 4.5 at an angle minus 13 degree. Okay. Divided by 4 plus J9. This will be 10 plus J5 minus minus J5 minus J5. Okay. So use the calculator and find out the answer. Okay. The numerator is coming out to be 5.061 plus J 21.93. Okay. And now find out the denominator. This will be minus 5 plus J 110. Fine. Minus, this is minus 25. Okay. We have solved this. This is come out to be 0.201 minus J 0.0094. Okay. But find out your answer in the polar form, and when you find out it, your answer is come out to be 0.201 at an angle minus 2.7 degree ampere. Right. This is your I2. Okay. But we are not interested in value of I2. We are interested in value of delta I. Okay. So if you see the network, what is the relation between I2 and delta I? Both are flowing in reverse direction. You can see that delta I is in clockwise direction and delta I2 is in anti-clockwise. So we will conclude from the diagram, from network, your delta I is equal to minus I2. Okay. So What is delta I? So now delta I is come to be minus 0.201 at an angle minus 2.7 degree ampere. Okay. So what is the delta I represent here? The delta I represent here the change in a current. Change in a current. Okay. In 10 ohm resistor. What they have asked. Okay. When impedance 3 plus J4 is changed to 4 plus J4. Okay. So this is your final answer. Okay. And here I have finished with my question.